Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Primetime Local News. Jasmine Kane joined here with Abby St. John today as I am filling in for Josh Ryan. But we are going to be having all your local news, weather, and sports, including one big game that is going on today, which is the finals between Holy Rosary and the Lloyd Comp.
Yes, this should be a very great game. They're both impressive, amazing high school teams, and they're also rivalries, so that always makes for a great football game. So it should be a fun evening for those who are in attendance.
I'm sure a lot of people will be there tonight cheering for their respective school. But first we're going to go to Eric Bay, who was on location today.
Thanks, guys. Well, if you're a student entering grade 12 or even a few years removed from school and starting to take a look at your future and what you want to do, well, today we have a great opportunity for you to check out some stuff here at Lakeland College, where they are hosting their open house and career day over the next couple of days here, Friday and Saturday. Tons of opportunity to check out what they do have, some of the programs that may interest you, and what you want to look at as a possible future career. So we're going to have more from back here throughout the show, but before that, we're going to head back into the studio and take a look at your local news.
Thanks, Eric. The Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce held its annual Business Excellence Awards, a night to recognize small business owners and to make sure they feel appreciated. Our Braden Chernichan has more on that story.
The Business Excellence Awards is a night to celebrate small businesses and the strengths they provide to a community. The night started off with music and a 3-course meal for nominees and sponsors to enjoy. Corinne Kelly-Hyde, president of the Chamber of Commerce, shares that she is proud of the support the border city gives to companies.
Small businesses are the backbone of our economy. They do represent about 97% of the businesses across the country, and Lloydminster is no different. We also have about 97% of businesses with 100 employees or less.
One of the first awards given out in the night was the Integrity Award. This was given to BioClean for their honorable business practices as a disaster service. When speaking to the manager, he was shocked and humbled they won, even when against an equally respectable business.
I'm a little bit shocked because we were, up against the Thorpe Recovery Center, so I thought that our odds of winning were only around 10%, but it's exciting. We try to do our best and keep our integrity strong so that we can help people in the community.
One of the bigger awards in the night was the Lifetime Achievement Award, an award to acknowledge people with an outstanding record of business excellence for multiple years. This award was given to Dr. Alice Wainwright Stewart, the president and CEO of Lakeland College, who was giving a standing ovation for her time in the community. She shares that she is happy to have a home even if she's from America.
And wanted to make sure that I could work with the students in a way that this is my country, and so adopt the country as my own. And I have to say that I've never looked back since I've come to Canada.
Another big sweep in the night was the Spiros, with the local family winning Small Business and Business of the Year award. Braden Chernichan, Primetime Local News.
The Lloydminster RCMP are asking for help finding 3 persons of interest in relation to an ongoing investigation involving counterfeit U.S. and Canadian currency.
We're investigating multiple files right now in Lloydminster regarding counterfeit currency being uttered in the city of Lloydminster. It includes counterfeit U.S. $50 bills as well as counterfeit Canadian $50 bills.
The RCMP are looking for 2 Caucasian men, one with a larger build and red hair, and one with a sleeve-length tattoo on his left arm, and a Caucasian woman with blonde blue hair. The individuals may be driving either a blue car with a small spoiler on the back with a possible Saskatchewan license plate, or a white Chevy truck with a Saskatchewan license plate 681LKJ.
These are 3 people we believe are involved in these files. We're hoping the public can help us identify who these individuals are.
If you have any information regarding the individuals or suspects you have been given counterfeit money, contact the Lloydminster RCMP or Crime Stoppers. City Council received an update from the local RCMP on the annual performance plan this week. The report showed slight increases in person crimes, while property theft saw a slight decline. Josh Ryan has more.
In the midst of a tough economic period over the last few years, Lloydminster RCMP have a narrowed focus in crime reduction for the area.
A more focus on our mental health issues. We are seeing a little more uptick in that, but we address it in the best way we know how.
One of the ways to tackle mental health issues and other areas in crime reduction is providing better avenues for people to seek help.
It's trying to find a way to get individuals the resources they need so that when they're potentially going to lead down this life of crime or being, repeat offenders and things like that, that they can try and get them the supports that they need so that they can make different choices in the future.
Reports of spousal abuse have increased in the past 2 years, though that may be due to expanded recording of these sorts of incidents.
10, 20 years ago, we wouldn't score some of these things as domestic violence. However, if there is any disharmony in a relationship and the police are called, that's a domestic violence incident, and we score it as such.
The focus on property theft has started to pay off with the first reduction in years.
Thefts of vehicles was one that they are tracking to try and reduce, and it does appear as though it is trending downwards year over year.
Impaired driving is another priority, particularly heading into the holidays.
We are definitely going to do a lot more check stops this Christmas season. Seeing a decrease is what we're looking for.
And more work with special units is coming.
Involving our new GIST team, as well as our new crime reduction unit. And you're going to see a lot more uniformed police on the street.
Josh Ryan, Primetime Local News.
Here's a unique way to help sick kids feel more comfortable. A local grade 10 student is celebrating her 5th year of running a pajama fundraiser. Olivia Brokoff is a student at Holy Rosary High School, and she started this fundraiser when one of her friend's sisters ended up getting sick. Now she collects pajamas for kids who are at the Stollery.
This is my 5th year doing it. We collect new PJs to go to the sick kids at the Stollery Hospital, and we usually start around Thanksgiving and end in the beginning of December-ish. Well, my friend's little sister was sick, and I know how gross those PJs are because I've been in the hospital before for little things, and I don't like that people can see your butt.
One reason Olivia loves to continue this fundraiser each year is to see how the community steps up.
It's so great seeing my school come together, bringing PJs. It's so great seeing businesses, hockey teams, people my age being like, okay, what can I do to help? I'm on the Lloydminster Youth Council, and they're like, what can we do to help? What can we do? And it's a great feeling seeing everybody come together, and it's a great feeling hearing stories about kids at the Stollery getting PJs and getting letters and being like, thank you so much.
If you would like to donate to Project PJ, you can at Wayside Dental, Alta Sask Wellness, Heritage Optical, and more locations are available on their Facebook page at Project PJ by Olivia. Now we go to our Eric Bay, who is on location today.
Once again, we are back here today at Lakeland College, taking in their open house going on all day today and as well going into tomorrow. And now Sheldon Carter joins me now, and you are an EST student here at Lakeland. So first off, can you tell us a little bit about what EST actually is?
So EST is, it stands for Emergency Services Technologist, and it's basically a year-long program that is offered at the Emergency Training Center. And what that entails is basically a really comprehensive training to become a firefighter, essentially. But not just a firefighter. You either become a firefighter with extra fire training or a firefighter that also gets your paramedic.
And now you guys are holding an information session here over the course of Career Day and Open House. So can you tell us about what you guys will be having here at Lakeland?
Yeah, you bet. So tomorrow at the Emergency Training Center, at 10 o'clock, we're having a training session. And what it is basically just come look at the training center and, come look at all the trucks and the equipment that we use, and then just find out what you need and what you are going to experience while being there, and if you choose to take the program.
And now again, what I guess for you to say to people who are maybe looking into this sort of field work, I guess what's been the best part of this course for you so far?
Hands down, it's very involved. You don't just sit in a classroom and learn about becoming a firefighter. You actually train as being a firefighter. It's everything you need, the best training you can get to become a firefighter, other than actually being out there and doing it. So it's very, very involved.
All right, thank you for this, and we are going to have some more from back here again, continuing with Lakeland College's open house, but before that, we're going to head back into the studio.
Thanks, Eric. Well, it's 9 degrees here in Lloydminster currently, with a little bit of showers falling down over the last few minutes, but it is heavy cloud coverage, which we've seen through most of the day with a little bit of sun. The wind is 21 kilometers per hour as of right now, coming in from the west-northwest. We are in a wind warning, so is most of central southern Alberta, which has seen wind speeds up to 90 to over 100, even almost close to 200 kilometers per hour wind. But over the next 48 hours, the wind should die down just a little bit going into this evening and into tomorrow. It should slow down to around 20 kilometers per hour once we get into the evening. Now, your satellite radar, heavy cloud coverage throughout most of this region, which will probably continue for the next couple of days. Your current temperatures: 13 in North Battleford, 14 in Saskatoon, 7 in Meadow Lake, Prince Albert, and 11 in Melfort. And on the Alberta side, 0 in Athabasca, 2 in Jasper, Whitecourt, Edson, 3 in Cold Lake, 3 in Rocky Mountain House, and 6 out in Red Deer. Now, overnight, Paradise Hill, Isle Cross, Bonnyville, and Paradise Hill will probably see some showers or snow overnight, but for the most of the other regions, it should be pretty clear with a little bit of cloud coverage. Here in Lloydminster, we're unfortunately going to see some rain overnight with possibilities of some flurries and a low of -4, and then tomorrow a high of -3, with the wind picking up to 28 kilometers per hour. And then it will die down to 15 kilometers per hour on Sunday with a high of -2 and a low of -10, with a 79% chance we could see some flurries. Our first big snowfall of the season. And then on Monday, a 57% chance of some flurries with a high of -6 and a low of -10, and that wind will pick up just a little bit to 22 kilometers per hour. That's your 3-day forecast. We'll have your 7-day coming up later.
Tonight's the night. The Wheatland Football League champion game takes place tonight at Armstrong Field. The two powerhouses, the Holy Rosary Raiders and the Lloyd Comp Barons, will duke it out and see who is the new ruler of them all. Our Evan Kenny has more.
2018 Wheatland Football League champions, the Lloyd Comp Barons.
Last season, the Barons capped off their Cinderella story season with a league championship. A year ago to the day, the Barons won the game 17-7, with head coach Aaron Harper saying this after the match.
It's a good program. They're perennially, every single year, they bring a good football team over here. So when you beat them twice in a season, it's a pretty big accomplishment.
If we skip back into real time, the result could be different. The only time these two teams met this year, Holy Rosary worked the ball on the ground and walked away with a 21-9 win.
And we've gotten a lot better since then, so it's going to be a real good game. I don't know, we just came out flat. We can't do that in playoffs. You got to come out strong every game.
And we'll see if what Amundrud says is true. In the 4 home games this season, Amundrud and his Barons only allowed 13 points in 3 of the 4 games. The only game they allowed more, as previously mentioned, against the Raiders.
Yeah, real proud of the kids. They fired off the ball right from the opening snap. So
each of these teams won their semifinal game, scoring over 30 points. Although the scores may have looked decisive, the play, not so much. Each of the Lloyd teams only put up 7 points in the first half.
We challenged our kids at halftime to start playing. They didn't have a great first half.
And if either team comes out slow tonight, that could be their downfall. Evan Kenny, Primetime Local Sports.
Now we go to our Eric Bay, who is on location today.
Once again, we are back here today at Lakeland College, taking a look at Lakeland Open House going on here over the next few days. And now Quinn Halouche joins me. So first off, can you just tell us a little bit about Open House and what is going on here at Lakeland?
Yeah, so Open House is an opportunity for prospective students and even current students to come and explore all of the opportunities that we offer here at Lakeland. So whether you're in high school or you're currently a student here and you may not know about all of the things that we offer, this is a great way way to come and try some of the things with our demonstrations, sit in on a class, talk to faculty and teachers, and it's just a really great way to get to know the campus culture.
And now you are also a student here, so talk about your, I guess, experiences and why Lakeland was a great choice for you.
Yeah, so Lakeland was really close to home for me. I'm from Innisfree, Alberta, so that's not too far away, so that was a pretty good choice. I loved the idea that I could have my horse here on campus with me and be on the rodeo team, so those were two big selling factors for me to come here, and also just the reputation that Lakeland has in terms of really putting students in the lead on projects, whether they're academic or for clubs, extracurriculars. There's just so many opportunities for students to be leaders here.
And now you did mention how it's a great chance for those who are thinking about being a student here and also current students here. So just talk about the importance, I guess, of getting all this extra information before making a choice like this.
Yeah, it's so important to kind of hear from people who, have either been in the industry for a very long time, like your teachers, to just kind of see if this is a great fit for you or not. And maybe it's not, and maybe you want to try a trade, or you want to try human services or environmental or ag. And, it's a great way to learn about how these industries contribute to our province and to our country. And I think it's just really awesome for people who may not know what they want to do, and they're here to learn. So.
All right, thank you for this, and we are going to have some more from back here at Lakeland College, continuing with their open house, which does continue into Saturday. But before we do get to that, we're going to head back into the studio.
Thanks, Eric. Well, current temperatures here, Lloydminster, we're still sitting at 9 degrees, but it's still windy and cold. Out on the Alberta side, there's still wind warnings in effect, so be cautious because it could blow around some loose objects and you don't want to get hit. Wainwright, Vermilion, and Marwayne all sitting at 8 degrees, 13 in Provost, 4 in Vegreville, St. Paul, and Bonnyville, 2 in Edmonton, Lac La Biche, and 3 out in Cold Lake. And then on the Saskatchewan side, Isle Cross sitting at 2, 4 in Green Lake, 5 in Pearceland, 8 in St. Walburg, 6 in Meadow Lake, 9 in Maidstone, 12 in Macklin, and 13 in North Battleford. Now tomorrow, we're all across the region going to be below zero with -3 here in Lloydminster, as well as in Maidstone, Pearceland, St. Walburg, and Isle Cross, -1 in Macklin, North Battleford, -2 in Meadow Lake, and -2 in Green Lake. And on the Alberta side, -3 across the region in Provost, Wainwright, Vermilion, Marwayne, St. Paul, Bonnyville, Lac La Biche, and Cold Lake, -1 in Edmonton, -2 in Vegreville. Now that wind over the next 48 hours, as I said, will die down from where it is at, but that warning is still in effect, but they say it will cool off this evening as wind speeds earlier today were around 90, over 100, even close to 200 kilometers per hour, which will hopefully die down by this evening. Now, your next 7 days here in Lloydminster, -3 tomorrow with a low of -4 and 28-kilometer wind coming in from the north-northwest. And then on Sunday, 79% chance of some flurries with a high of -2 and a low of -10, with that wind dying down to 15 kilometers per hour. And then on Monday, it will speed back up to 22 kilometers per hour with a high of -6 and a low of -10 with a 57% chance of some flurries. And then on Tuesday, we may get a break from the snow with a high of -6 and a low of -12. And then on Wednesday, we get back above zero with 2 as the daytime high. And then on Thursday and Friday, both with a high of 3, and we may see some sun peeking in for those 3 days and hopefully over the next weekend. That's a look at your 7-day forecast. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
Once again, we are back here at Lakeland College at the Vermilion campus, and we are checking out their open house and career fair. And now I'm joined here by Mike Schmidt, and you're part of the career fair here. So first off, can you just tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing here?
Sure. So Richardson Pioneer is Canada's largest agribusiness, and we're here looking for students across Western Canada. We have a number of positions to fill, and this is always a really good opportunity for us to network with some really talented students from a really reputable college.
And now how do, I guess, fairs like this, getting your students, I guess, in touch with businesses and all that, how does that help the students, I guess, when they're looking at possible career either during school or after school?
Sure. So we have a program, the Agribusiness Development Program, and it focuses on working and meeting these students and then developing them through the program. So we try to give them exposure to all different facets of the ag business that we engage in, and then from there it gives them opportunity to move up with their career. So it is beneficial to us and to them.
Yeah, you mentioned that's beneficial to you guys. So how is that, I guess, more so beneficial on your side of things, on the business side as well, getting to network with possible future employees?
Yeah, for sure. So just from a kind of an overview in Western Canada, this is a really good stop for us as we look to fill positions, and starting at the ground roots at a college level is a really good way to network with people that are fresh and new coming into the industry, and there's just so much room for them to develop within our company that it's beneficial to get those relationships built here today.
And now just really quick, what's the response been like, I guess, so far with people here coming through and talking with you guys?
Oh, it's good. It's always a good career fair. We meet a number of good, talented students, so it's one we wouldn't miss, and we've been here for a multitude of years, so yeah, it's awesome.
All right, thank you for this, and we're going to have some more from back here at Lakeland College at the Vermilion campus, checking out their open house and career fair, all that you need to know and can expect here over the next few days. But before that, we're going to head back into the studio.
Thanks, Eric. Now our question of the day today kind of is for a lighter one on Friday, and it was, if you could bring back one TV show that was canceled, which one would you bring back? Now I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, why'd they cancel this show? Why'd they cancel that show? And a couple of you guys said Freaks and Geeks was a popular one, and they said Friends from College one on Netflix. I personally haven't seen that. And then a couple people did say Firefly as well, and that's one I've heard forever that they wish that it wasn't canceled.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that as well. Freaks and Geeks, another one I've had people mention. I don't know why they canceled it, and even watching some of it, it's really good, and it's one of those generational type of TV shows that if it were to have gone on longer, I think it would have made a huge impact. But so it's like really unfortunate when you get those kind of TV shows that you have a great following, but just not enough to push it for another season.
I know there's a lot of shows out there that are really popular and people are surprised when they're canceled. Like I know for me it was like Scream Queens. That was one that was really popular, and the times where like Brooklyn Nine-Nine got canceled.
Yes.
It did come back, but a lot of people were like, why was this canceled?
Yeah, there was such a huge outcry of why this show was canceled, and I was part of that outcry. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a show that we don't really see anymore. So it was so great that it came back and was picked up by a different network.
And I know another one for me would probably be like The Mindy Project is a really popular one, so I think there's a couple out there for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
But now we're going to take a look at your pet pictures. This is Micah.
Very adorable with the little tongue sticking out.
Very cute. This is Missy.
Very fluffy looking with gorgeous eyes. Very cute.
I agree. And then this is Winter.
Wearing a nice cute coat, probably going outside. Appropriate for this time of year, I would agree.
Wearing a coat for the winter for sure. And this is Sydney.
Enjoy using her toy as a pillow. Very cute, all tuckered out probably.
Yeah, and then this is Scarlett.
I love the hat and I love the name, and St. Bernards are just so precious.
Very cute, stylish hat. Well, thank you to everyone who submitted your pictures. We will be giving away a pet bag gift card at the end of the next hour.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
I'm now joined by Drew Schalke and Travis Topilki of the band FKB, also members of the Moments from Spacetime cast, which we just got done watching. It was certainly an enjoyable experience. What was it like being in a film?
It was a really cool experience. We've never been in a feature film before, so that was a really exciting seeing how it all came together and seeing the final result.
And I guess the same question to you.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, especially even watching scenes that we're not a part of and seeing what all goes into it backstage and then finally seeing the end result. It's definitely a real different experience than we're used to in just doing music for sure.
Now, you guys are originally from Cold Lake. You don't no longer live here, based in Edmonton, but you knew Chris beforehand.
Yeah, Chris was our teacher in high school in Bonnyville, actually, and we've known him for a very long time, many years at this point.
So what was it like to work for your former teacher?
It was really cool. It was cool to see how he runs, because we've seen his films before. He'd showed us his movies back in high school. He'd done a lot of them as fundraisers. So it was cool to see what goes into the back end of his productions.
Absolutely. And how did he go about asking you guys? Was it he just approached you out of the blue, or you guys had kind of hoped to collab at some point?
No, it was pretty out of the blue. He just said that he had a film that he was working on and had a spot that he thought would be, he needed a band and basically thought that we would be perfect for the spot. So, and really happy that he did reach out to us because it turned out awesome.
Well, I mean, you definitely were authentic in the movie. I assumed you guys were actually actors and not extras. And what was that like? I'm assuming this is your first production, or was this second time you've been involved in a movie?
No, this was a first for all of us, yeah.
So what was the process like? Was it kind of weird to get used to? Was it fairly enjoyable? How did Chris make it easier for you?
It was kind of weird, especially because, first of all, we're not used to acting. Second of all, we were acting as ourselves in the movie, so definitely weird to get used to. But for the most part, we were just playing like we play, so it wasn't too hard once we got into it. But like I say, definitely different and just a bit of a learning curve there.
Now, how much rehearsal did that require before doing the music scenes?
Not much at all. We basically showed up, set up, and then just performed. Like even though there's that one scene where it is a rehearsal, and with Macy, and that scene is actually a real rehearsal. Like we're kind of learning the song as we go in that scene to kind of keep it natural. So the rehearsal is us actually rehearsing with Macy in that scene, and then the live scene of our actual show is basically how we would do that song in our actual live show.
Yeah, we didn't actually write that song. That was kind of just given to us to learn to play along with that. But yeah, definitely seeing how it fits into the movie and seeing now the story of how Macy wrote it and everything in the film. It's cool that we got to be a part of that and playing that. And yeah, like Drew was saying in the rehearsal scene, that was actually our first time playing that all together. All of us kind of learned the parts separately, so that created a really cool organic moment there where you actually see us learning the song, and so it does kind of bring our emotions into that, even though we weren't actually a part of the song from the beginning.
Is that sort of a weird feeling, though, then, if you didn't actually write the song, but you have to kind of learn it to perform it, and not in the same way that you would, say, cover a classic song, for example?
I don't think so. I think it kind of it feels natural to the way it would have been if that were a real situation, because in the movie Macy wrote the song and then brought it to her band to learn it. So I think it's kind of cool because it's how it would actually feel to be her backing band learning that song.
Fair enough. And now, does this make you excited to maybe do another movie one day if the opportunity arises?
I mean, if the opportunity presented itself, I don't think I'd say no, but at the same time, seeing how much work went into there and the long hours and long days that we put into those tiny parts that ended up on screen, definitely made me not want to be an actor for sure. I think we were all talking about that after, but yeah, like I say, if an opportunity presented itself again, it was cool, and especially to see the end product, so I don't think I would say no if the circumstances were right.
Well, fair enough. I'm glad you're honest about the work of being an actor, but you guys did look authentic as a band in the film, and it shows up in those music scenes as well.
Hey, it's Justin Marshall from Hot 101.3 and Boom 95.3 around the Lakeland. And here's what's happening around the Lakeland. In Cold Lake on Saturday, we're having a Halloween party here at the Tri-City Mall. A bunch of the merchants getting together to do a bunch of fun stuff. And joining me now is one of those merchants, Bob Mattice. Bob, what's going on this weekend?
Well, this weekend is our over 20th year Halloween party. It's indoors, so regardless of the weather, it's going to be great. Come down, there is Halloween photography by Burden Photography, D&G DJ services playing music. We have a balloon artist, a tattoo artist, and then at the end at 1 o'clock we have a Halloween candy parade. So judging for the best costumes, and yeah, just a good time inside, lots of fun.
You can get more details on that fun, facebook.com/hot1013fm. And speaking of hot, we're giving away a $10,000 hot tub. You can get extra ballots by coming down there here that day. Bob, why you do this?
Well, the mall's always been a host for a number of events, whether community registration, the election, etc. So it's a nice, easy, weather-controlled place to come in and do whatever you need to do as a community.
Really appreciate your time, man.
Thank you. Good luck with everything.
11 to 3 on Saturday. Come on down to the Tri-City Mall. And if you have an event you would like to feature on What's Happening, shoot me an email, jmarshall@stingray.com.
Thank you for coming in and explaining. This event is celebrated all over the world, especially in Germany. So can you just tell me a little bit about what Oktoberfest is?
Well, thanks for inviting me, first of all. Appreciate the opportunity. And Oktoberfest, its origins go back to Germany, Munich in particular, which is in Bavaria, that part of Germany. And it was actually a wedding celebration for Prince Ludwig marrying Princess Teresa in 1810 in October. And it was repeated the year after and became an annual celebration and has become now, over the last 150 years, it's become a 16 to 18 day celebration called Oktoberfest, definitely in Germany, Austria, and other parts of the world where German people have migrated to. So a great celebration to celebrate German heritage and culture.
So on the 25th here in Lloydminster, what can people expect when they come out to celebrate Oktoberfest?
Well, a real good German atmosphere. You're going to have we'll begin with a really, really tasty German food buffet, and we will have cultural dancers called the Concordia Alpen Rose Dancers from Saskatoon, who will do various German dances in their German costumes. There'll be all kinds of display banners as well, highlighting various aspects of German culture, Austrian culture too. There'll be also different kinds of contests involving the ladies and men there as well too. And we'll also have a dance band there called the Emeralds. Now, the Emeralds, you may or may not know, are the recording artists who are kind of world famous for the bird dance. That was their song.
And with something like you said that this has been being celebrated for 150 some years,
Yeah.
why do you think that this is so important to continue celebrating each year around the world and not just in Germany?
Well, again, the purpose of the Lloydminster German Heritage Society is to sort of share with everyone else the heritage and culture of German-speaking people. So this is one opportunity. People like to go to social functions, so why not keep it going? And this is an opportunity to expose them to and share with them the good aspects of German culture and heritage.
And so what do people need to know before coming to the event?
Okay, well, the event has advanced sale tickets, of course, at $45, and at the door they get them there if they haven't got them for $50. Tickets are available at Lloydminster Animal Hospital. Also, Cliff Rose for clothes, the south side vet clinic, and also society members. Or you can get on to our website, which is www.lloydminstergermanclub.com, and look up how to get tickets through our members.
And so far, have you, or the society, have you seen a lot of interest in people wanting to come out and celebrate?
Oh, every year, yeah. They seem to have a very good time. And nice crowd of people as well, too. They're there to have a good time taking, again, what we're showing them in terms of German culture and heritage, and just have an enjoyable time with their friends and then family members.
And really quickly before we wrap
Yeah.
up, if anyone has any questions in regards of how to obtain tickets
Yeah.
or just any questions regarding the event, how can they do so?
Check our website again, www.lloydminstergermanclub.com. They'll give contact numbers there, but kind of one main one we have again is Rose Mischlekaway, our president, and her number is 306-825-3177. Not bad, eh?
Yes. Well, perfect. Thank you so much for coming in and explaining, and I'm sure that this will be as successful as years past. So
yeah, we hope to see you all there as well, too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.